Before we begin, please click that subscribe button if you haven't. That really helps the channel grow. Thank you very much. Now, so far so good. We can add a question, but we can't edit or delete yet. Now, before we go to the edit and delete, I want to add one more question type, because so far we can only add the subjective question, but I want us to be able to add this objective question that doesn't have multiple choice, where we have to provide an answer and the website can mark that answer that the student gives. So this is a slight difference here. The only difference between the two is that we'll have an input for the answer. And that's about it. So if I go here, we only have to add one more thing here to provide the answer. Okay, so let's see what we can do about that. Now, we could create a different interface for the whole thing, but I think it's a waste of time if we just need to add one extra input. And after all, everything is going to the same table, so maybe we can just make provision. So what we'll do here is the same way we deal with the tabbing issue, we can also add a similar variable in the URL here to just tell us what the type of question this is. So the subjective will be the fallback, but then if we don't have, for example, if we don't have a parameter in the URL, we'll fall back to the subjective. If we do, then we're going to choose one of these. If it fits one of these, then we use one of these. If it doesn't, then we fall back to this one. So let me go to my text editor. So what I want to look for now is this other one. So if I click here, it still takes me to this, right? Let's see how we can change things a little bit. So let's go to our private and views. And what we're looking for is the tests add subjective inc. So right on here, we can simply add something extra. So all we need is an if statement that qualifies. So let me just copy this one right here at the top, and let's come down here and let's give these guys some breathing space so that we can see what's what. This is the file thingy. I noticed there's too much gap between this and the next thing, so I'm just going to put 2 here, and then I will refresh. That way we have less gap between these guys. Then let me add, let's see here, pt3, let's put 1 there. I want to close the gap a little bit more. That's fine. Maybe, I don't know, that looks fine. Let me just completely remove it. Let's see what we get. And so it seems there wasn't need for it. So let's remove that like so. Cool. All right. So I want to add the extra thing right here. So I'm just going to do a duplication of this one. And then probably, oh, we do have a label here. So I'm just going to say answer. So this is the label. So I'll say answer. And then the input of type text. And then form control. And we don't need an ID here, or we can just add an extra number so that we have a different ID for both. But otherwise, this is what we get here. Okay, so the answer should be here. Maybe we could follow the same format for comment as well, because I kind of like this one. Let's see here for a second. Yeah, this one, I don't know what icon to add here, or if we need to add any icon at all. Let me remove it for now. Then let's go to the not this one, but this one right here. Okay, so this one is name comment. This is the most important thing, the name and the placeholder. So I'm going to make sure I copy these two. Then what I will do is duplicate this like so, and then I'll move it right there, and then duplicate the label as well and move it right above it. Then I can remove the original text layer. The name is comment, and of course we need a placeholder. So let me just paste what I have here. So name was there already, so let's remove that like so. So let me save that, and instead of answer here, it should be comment. Okay, that way we keep a uniform looking thing. All right, so comment optional. So maybe we can put the optional here instead. Okay, so answer optional. Okay, cool. Okay, image optional, answer, then finally answer here. So we can put a placeholder here on answer to tell the teacher. So let's see, placeholder, enter the correct answer here. The correct answer, yeah, somewhere there, and let's refresh. Okay, cool. Now the thing is, we don't want this to show on every possible situation. We want when we have a tab thingy here. So let's come up here and put that if statement, which I had copied but ended up removing. So let's say if statement here. Let's come down to where we have answer. Why is the name image here? The name should be answer, like so. Okay, cool. Then let's put our if statement and the closing if statement as well. Copy that and let's put it right here, like so. Right, so now what if statement are we looking for? So the thing is, we're looking for the get variable. So we're going to say get, if that get variable exists, which is the type, we're just going to call it type. You can give it any name you want. So we're going to say if get type, first of all, we just check if it is set like this. So if it's set get type, like so, and the very get type is, and let's remove this error thingy here, and get type is equal to, now this one is just going to be equal to objective, like so, like that. So once we have that, then we are free to add this. So I'm going to refresh the page, and now you see it isn't here. So let's go back. If I click subjective, it's not there. And then if I click objective, it's not there either. But let's change things a little bit so that on one of these, we can actually see it. So all we have to do is change the link to this place, and we're going to go to single test view here. Inside the tab, where is this? Where is the, let's see, single test view, and what view is this though? This is the single test view. It is. So why can't I see where it says test questions, test description? Okay, so this is not the this is the test tab view. I think that's what we should be looking for. So we are on the test, oh, the included part. So test tab view.inc. Sorry about that. So once we are here, this is our button, the add button here. So let's just change our link. So this one, the subjective, we'll leave it as it is. But this one at the top here, we're just going to put a question mark at the end. So after all this PHP stuff, right at the end here, I'm going to put a question mark and call this one type is equal to, and I'll say objective. Sorry for putting that inverted comma there, that shouldn't be there. So refresh, and now let's give it a shot. Let's click and we see the answer is given there, but if we click on the other one we don't get the answer thingy. So that's how we can easily adjust things. So now that we are here on the objective, we also need to add data verification. That's validation, data validation, because if somebody doesn't type in the answer here, we should tell them that we need an answer there, don't we? So that is a job for the controller.